In stereo at 106 from high atop Sears Tower, this is WXFM, Elmwood Park, Chicago.
Don't touch that dial. The night is gone. The morning's here. It's a beautiful day in Chicago, and this is Chuck Schaden inviting you to spend a part of it with us in the hall closet. The sounds of good old radio entertainment brought to you by Northwest Federal Savings.
It's Northwest Federal Savings time, 63 hours a week.
Good morning, Mom, and hello out there in Radio Land. This is Chuck Schaden in the hall closet for Wednesday morning, September 8th, 1976, from our Nostalgia Broadcast Center on Chicago's northwest side to the top of the Sears Tower and WXFM to you. We have a closet filled with lots of good sounds this morning. George Burns and Gracie Allen on the Treasury Star Parade. Garry Moore on the $64 question, Take It or Leave It. Cab Calloway, Alan Sherman. And to begin things, a one-night stand broadcast from May 21st of 1944. From New York City, it's Glen, Gray, and the Casa Loma Orchestra.
One Night Stand. The United States leading dance orchestras passing in radio review, especially for the American Armed Forces and their allies. On the bandstand, and all ready to go, is Glen Gray and his Casa Loma Orchestra.
Lead-off tune, a bit of jive entitled The Lion and the Mouse. lead-off tune, The Lion and the Mouse. And now we have Miss Eugenie Baird on the vocals, music by the Casa Loma Boys, and Suddenly It's Spring.
Why is my heart dancing? Imagine dancing. You look at me and suddenly it's spring. Why do you keep sighing? Not sad, just sighing. I'm young and free, and suddenly it's spring. High on a hilltop, love is calling. Someone should wish me happy falling. No more being lonely. Can I be lonely? You look at me and suddenly it's spring. On a hilltop, love is calling. Someone should wish me happy falling. No more being lonely. Can I be lonely? You look at me and suddenly it's
Now a bit of jungle rhythm as Glen Gray and the Casa Loma Boys give us some of that jungle lament. Jungle Rhythm a la Casa Loma crew. Little song entitled Jungle Lament.
Oh, that's nice, too, huh? Jungle Lament. Glen Gray and the Casa Loma Orchestra there from 1944, a one-night stand rebroadcast for Armed Forces Radio. If you were here at the top of that show, you might have recognized the voice of Howard Duff, who was one of the foremost Armed Forces radio announcers there when he was in the service. Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. It's 15 minutes past 7 o'clock, Northwest Federal Savings Time. Mostly sunny and hot today. High will be around 90. Tonight, variable cloudiness. There's a chance of showers late this evening, and it'll turn a little cooler. Low will be around 60. Tomorrow, Thursday, mostly cloudy, windy, and cooler tomorrow with a high in the low 70s. About a 50-50 chance of rain late tonight and tomorrow. Presently, it's 58 degrees along the lakefront, 60 at the airports. Humidity is 65%, and the wind is out of the south at 6 miles an hour. I have a sound for you now from our cassette tape of the month for the month of September. This is a scene from the House of Mystery.
The House of Mystery. This is Roger Elliott, otherwise known as the Mystery Man, inviting you to join us for another storytelling session here at the House of Mystery.
That's just the opening of the House of Mystery on our cassette tape for September. On the other side, we offer Murder at Midnight. We have 60 minutes of chilling sounds, and they're both from 1947 on our cassette tape for September. Roger Elliott, the Mystery Man, tells of his involvement with A Gift from the Dead on the House of Mystery, and The Island of the Dead is the title of the mysterious Murder at Midnight thriller. These two shows are yours for only $5 during September from the Hall Closet, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. It's our cassette tape of the month, and you'll surely want to have this pair of exciting mysteries, The House of Mystery and Murder at Midnight. Only $5 from the Hall Closet, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. Or you can get your September tape at any office of Northwest Federal Savings. But by mail, send $5 to the Hall Closet, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. Now let's get back to 1944 and more with Glen Gray and the Casa Loma Orchestra.
Now it's time for vocals by Bob Anthony, a new tune, very popular too. He sings I'll Get By. I'm just a few years behind the time. That, as you probably recognize, was not a new tune, but a swell old-timer revived by the Casa Loma crew. And now here's a bit of the blues as Glen Gray and the boys take off with Blue Profile. friends, it's shortly after midnight here in good old Manhattan. So what could be more appropriate than a midnight snack? Glen, Gray, and the Casa Loma boys with some of that midnight snack.
And that little tune called Midnight Snack to go along with your breakfast treat this morning. Glen Gray and the Casa Loma Orchestra. This is Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. 60 degrees now, 28 minutes past 7 o'clock, Northwest Federal Savings Time.
Whoa, whoa, big fella. Are you riding the plains looking for a faithful companion to help finance that new home of yours? Then ride north and west to Northwest Federal Savings, where resourceful people are waiting to serve you with professional advice and competitive home financing. When you've found the home you want, just give a call to Northwest Federal. An appraiser will inspect the property, and you'll have a mortgage loan commitment within 48 hours, at no obligation. Northwest Federal is Northwest Chicagoland's leader in conventional home financing. Visit, write, or call Northwest Federal Savings and ask for me.
I wonder who that stranger was. Him? He was the Lone Ranger.
We've got silver to lend away!
Northwest Federal Savings, serving you 63 hours a week in Chicago, Edison Park, Des Plaines, Norridge, and Arlington Heights. And this Saturday evening in the Memory Club over in the community room at Northwest Federal Savings, have we got a film for you. Boy, this is going to be great. It's The Big Broadcast. It's from 1932. It's an all-star radio movie, all about radio and radio stations and performers. Bing Crosby, Kate Smith, Burns and Allen, Stuart Irwin, Cab Calloway, the Mills Brothers, the Boswell Sisters, Vincent Lopez in the orchestra, Arthur Tracy, the street singer, Jimmy Wallington, and Norman Brokenshire. You're going to love it. Why don't you come see it? Saturday night in the Memory Club in the community room at Northwest Federal Savings over at 4901 Irving Park Road in Chicago. Doors open at 7:30. Our movie will begin at 8 o'clock. Dues are $1.25 a meeting, payable at the door. You're a member of the club because you're a member of our listening audience, and we'll be there to see you, and I hope that you will enjoy The Big Broadcast. Now let's get back to Glen Gray.
And now Eugenie Baird encores, and this time with a true statement of fact, put to music, of course. Eugenie Baird on the vocals, Glen Gray and the Casa Loma Band with Time Waits for No One.
Time waits for no one. It passes you by. It rolls on forever, like the clouds in the sky. Time waits for no one, goes on endlessly. It's just like the river flowing out to the sea. You'll find that love is like this. Each precious moment we miss can never, ever return again. So don't let us throw one sweet moment away. Time waits for no one. Let's take love while we may.
Thanks, Eugenie Baird. That was mighty nice. And now, friends, here's some of that solid Casa Loma jive. Glen Gray and the Casa Loma crew with a number entitled Featuring the Boys. So let's have it, Glen.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Glen Gray and the Casa Loma Orchestra from May 21st of 1944. Bob Anthony, Eugenie Baird, and the boys in the band from New York City on a one-night stand broadcast from Armed Forces Radio. Good music there for the morning, and we always have some good old sounds for you every morning here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. This is Chuck Schaden. It's 21 minutes before 8 o'clock. Here's news for Vic and Sade fans from the little shop halfway up Irving Park Road. Once again, our Metro Golden Memory Shop has obtained a limited supply of the newest collection of Vic and Sade scripts by Paul Reimer. It's a brand new edition of 30 more classic scripts about radio's home folks, the residents of the small house halfway up in the next block. Vic and Sade and Rush and Uncle Fletcher and all of Paul Reimer's immortal radio characters live again in this collection of scripts from a radio show still lovingly remembered by generations of Americans. Vic and Sade, the best radio plays of Paul Reimer. And Mary Frances Reimer, who edited and collected her husband's great radio broadcast scripts, has been kind enough to autograph our MGM shop copies. Like the first volume of Paul Reimer's radio plays, this new Vic and Sade book is destined to become a real collector's item. Get your copy now, $12.95, at our Metro Golden Memory Shop at 5120 West Irving Park Road, just east of Laramie. We're open Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday till 8, and Sunday from 1 to 5. Metro Golden Memories, Vic and Sade headquarters at 5120 West Irving Park Road, 2.5 blocks west of Northwest Federal Savings.
This is Carmelita Pope. If you just think of rug cleaning when you hear the name Magicist, you don't know the full story, because Magicist also cleans carpeting and furniture in home or office. Magicist takes down, cleans, and rehangs draperies. Magicist offers rug repairs, such as binding and serging, takes up, cleans, and relays carpeting. Magicist offers soil retardant to keep carpets and rugs cleaner longer. Staticide to end annoying static shock. ACL 60 to eliminate carpet odors. Magicist offers a 20% cash and carry discount on rugs and draperies. Magicist sells new and unclaimed rugs and offers Saturday service, commercial cleaning rates, and welcomes bank cards. Magicist wants you to know the whole story because it's a clean one the whole family will enjoy. See the white pages. Chicago phones 378-8600.
Clean with Magicist and get your whole house Magicist clean.
9x12 domestic rug Magicist clean, only $24.85. A short time ago, I was talking about the movie coming up in the Memory Club this Saturday evening. It's the big broadcast from 1932. Among the great stars in that film are Cab Calloway. You'll see Cab in the orchestra, and Cab does his famous theme song.
And now with a hidey-hi and a hoity-ho, Cab Calloway and his Harlemaniacs present a flaming bit of heated Harlem harmony.
It was down in Chinatown, all the cokies laid around. Some were high and some were mighty low, counting millions on the floor when a knock came on the door, and there stood old Smokey Joe. He was sweating cold and pale, he was looking for his frail, he was broke and all his junk ran out. As he stood and looked around, nobody made a sound, and then you'd hear old Cokie shout, "Tell me, where is Minnie? Where is Minnie? I want Minnie. You want Minnie? Has she been here, kicking the gong around? If you don't know Minnie, you don't know Minnie. Oh, she's tall and she's skinny.
That's Cab Calloway. He's certainly fascinated with Minnie, isn't he? And that's directly from the soundtrack of the film The Big Broadcast from 1932. And we have that movie tonight, or rather Saturday night. Don't come tonight. Saturday night in the Memory Club in the community room at Northwest Federal Savings. All the Memory Club movies are listed in advance in our Nostalgia newsletter and radio guide. This might be a nice time for you to subscribe. A year's subscription is only $6. Our annual subscription rate, however, is going to be going up very soon, so maybe you should subscribe now to get in on all the good reading and good information that you'll find in our Nostalgia Guide. It contains 32 pages of articles and photos from and about the days from not so long ago, as well as the complete schedule of old-time radio shows that we broadcast throughout the week on a number of Chicagoland radio stations. You can subscribe now by telephone when you call us at 545-2260. That's 545-2260. Just give us your name and address. Your subscription will begin with the big September issue with Burns and Allen on the cover. We're going to hear a Burns and Allen Treasury Star Parade program, too, in just a little while here in the morning. We'll also include an invoice for your one-year subscription. Still $6, but as I said, going up soon. So call us now at 545-2260. Lots of good articles from the past, many original articles about the past in our Nostalgia newsletter and radio guide. A year's subscription, only $6. If you like, send $6 to Nostalgia Newsletter, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. But if it's easier for you, it's easier for us. Give us a call now at 545-2260. Remember, subscription rates will be going up this fall, so subscribe now and have a good old time with a good old rate. $6 for a full year of good reading. Call us at 545-2260.
New York is changing. Wherever you look, big, tall buildings by Tishman. If I were a Tishman, yum-de-diddle-diddle-doodle-diddle-diddle-diddle-die.
Yum-de-diddle.
All day long I'd build. If I were a building man, I'd build a lot of buildings. Yum-de-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-dum.
Yum-de-diddle.
Building buildings anywhere I wish. If I were a Tish, I'd build the 666 Fifth Avenue building right in the middle of the town. 1 block wide and 48 stories high. And I'd have 18 elevators going up and 27 more going down. All of them express to pass you by.
Die-diddle-die.
I'd build a ladies' room and also a men's room right there on each and every floor. Each one in a style that is apropos. And like the restrooms in the best office buildings, you'd need a key to open up the door. Though who would steal a bathroom? I don't know. If I were a Tishman, yum-de-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doodle-diddle-dum.
Yum-de-diddle.
All day long I'd build. If I were a building man, I'd build a lot of buildings. Yum-de-doodle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doodle-dum.
Yum-de-diddle.
I could realize my life's ambition, raising rents whenever I would wish, telling tenants, you can call me Pish. If I were a rich Tish man.
What'd he say? That's Alan Sherman. Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM. Mostly sunny and hot today with a high around 90 degrees. Turning cool late this evening with about a 50% chance of showers popping into the scene. Low will be around 60. Tomorrow, up into the low 70s. It's 60 degrees now at the airports, 58 along the lakefront. How would you like to lease your next car from Imperial Leasing in Des Plaines and then drive all over town with the likes of the Shadow and the Whistler and the Thin Man? Well, you can, when you lease the cassette tape of the month from Imperial Leasing. They'll see that you get each current tape of the month, and they'll see that you're satisfied with your new 1977 Oldsmobile 98, equipped with a quality AM and FM stereo radio and cassette player, because that's what you get when you lease our tape of the month from Imperial Leasing in Des Plaines. Each month, for only $170 a month, you get a brand new old-time tape to play in your brand new 1977 Olds 98. That's quite an idea from Imperial Leasing. They'll put it all together, a brand new Olds 98, a brand new cassette player, an old-time tape, and you. Check it out. Why not lease some old-time fun with your brand new car? Call 298-0011. Imperial Leasing at 900 East Rand Road in Des Plaines. 298-0011. Ask for the cassette tape of the month leasing program from Imperial Leasing. 298-0011. They stand behind every car they lease, so don't back up. Now let's go to 1943, I think, for the Treasury Star Parade with George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Hello? Are you there? Well, we're here. Yeah.
The Treasury Star Parade. Starring George Burns and Gracie Allen with Paul Whiteman's orchestra and Jimmy Cash and yours truly, Bill Goodwin. Jimmy Cash and Paul Whiteman and the orchestra salute the Treasury Star Parade with a song dedicated to the boys serving in Uncle Sam's armed forces in memory of this dance.
A girl with a boy in uniform were dancing the night away, and just before the dance was through, I overheard him say, the memory of this dance will always cling to me, and always bring to me a beautiful part of you. Though I've been called away, and we must part, the tune we're dancing to, romancing to, will never leave my heart. The smile upon your face, the thrill of your embrace, will always hold a place as long as the starlight shines. So till we meet again and dance again, I want you to know while I'm gone, the memory of this dance will linger
Now for the stars of our show, George Burns and Gracie Allen. And here they are.
Well, Gracie, here we are. And it certainly feels good to be in front of an audience again.
Yes, it does.
Now, let's see. What do we talk about? How about your family?
All right. Oh, but before we get started, I must tell you what happened at our club meeting today. All of us
you
girls...
mean the Beverly Hills Uplift Society?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All of us girls were sitting knitting backless sweaters for the soldiers, and Tootsie Sagwell
Wait a
came
minute.
in.
Backless sweaters for the soldiers?
Well, yes, they asked us to knit sweaters for the boys up at the front.
Well, for a minute, I thought you girls were doing something silly.
Oh. Well, anyway, Tootsie Sagwell came in and told us a very sad story. A bee sting nearly ruined her whole life.
A bee sting?
Yes. Her face got all swollen, and she met a wonderful man, and he was all ready to propose, and then the swelling went down, and her face returned to normal, and he gave her up.
Well, poor Tootsie. If there had to be a face like hers, the best place for it is on a body like hers.
Oh, Tootsie's a very nice girl. And I can't understand why men don't like her. Well, men ought to love her. Heaven knows she looks like a man.
If she didn't have dependents, she'd probably be in 1A.
Well, our meeting hardly got started when Blanche Morton and Clara Bagley had the biggest fight. Blanche Morton, you know, she's the one who dyed her hair gray. Well, she and Clara...
She dyed her hair gray?
Yeah, well, you see, it was white and she wanted to look younger.
Made her look about 60 years younger. Anyway, what were they fighting about?
Oh, well, Blanche Morton copied the design of Clara's new dress.
Well, I don't blame her for getting angry.
Well, I don't agree with you. After all, how many people who see Clara Bagley's dress are going to see Blanche Morton's wallpaper?
Well, that's a nice, friendly little club you've got there.
Of course, Vicky Gruskin didn't come to the meeting on account of what happened at our beach party last week.
What happened?
Well, I don't think the girl should have laughed because Vicky had a patch on the knee of her bathing suit.
On the knee of her bathing suit?
Poor Vicky. She already has an inferiority complex.
She has, huh?
I should say she has. Why, when her son was born, she only expected him to be vice president.
Should happen to me.
Well, then we called for a vote of sympathy for Mrs. Taylor.
A vote of sympathy?
Yes, her husband left her on account of another woman.
Who's the other woman?
His mother-in-law.
Look, Gracie, is there anybody in the club who isn't a problem?
Well, we don't have to worry about Mrs. Peterson. She just sits in the back of the room and looks at the ceiling.
She looks at the ceiling?
Poor Mrs. Peterson. I begged her not to have her face lifted again.
Why doesn't she have it done just once more and then sit backwards? What a club.
Yeah, isn't it?
Gracie, I've heard enough of that silly club. Now, this is no time to talk about it. Let's talk about your family.
All right. I'll talk about my brother, but I won't talk about my sister.
All right, don't.
On the other hand, I'll talk about my sister.
Well, yeah, do that.
Why should I?
I don't know. You just said that.
Oh. Well, there's nothing to say about Bessie outside of the fact that she's suffering from shortness of breath and sits in the Davenport all day.
She sits on the Davenport?
Yeah, well, she used to be able to sit in a chair before the rubber shortage, but now she'd rather spread out in the Davenport.
And, she's suffering from shortness of breath.
Something terrible. She comes home and falls into the Davenport and just sits there panting.
Well, is she better now?
Oh, yes. We made her stop seeing those Charles Boyer pictures.
Superman does the same thing to me.
Of course. I love to watch Bessie feed her goldfish every morning. It's awfully hard to do, but she does it beautifully.
It's hard to feed goldfish?
Oh, sure. They keep slipping out of her hands before she gets the spoon into their mouths.
Our goldfish are only pets?
Oh, no. She has a dog and a goat, and she's got a beautiful birdhouse lying on the lawn, and she's got a white rabbit.
She keeps the birdhouse on the ground? What for?
Oh, George, I'm surprised at you. If you put a birdhouse up in the tree, the cats climb up and get the poor little birds.
So she puts it on the ground?
Certainly.
And birds live in it?
No, cats.
You know, Gracie, I've been married to you for years, and I still can't understand your family.
We do talk fast, don't we?
Oh, sure.
Say, George, could I see you for a minute?
Oh, glad to. Gracie, excuse me for a minute.
Oh, sure.
What is it, Bill?
Well, you know, I've always envied the way you work with Gracie, George.
Well, thanks, Bill.
And I'd give anything to be able to stand up there and do exactly what you're doing.
Well, thanks, but it takes a certain type of fella.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess I'll always have to work for my money.
You think it's that easy, huh?
But, George, are you kidding?
Well, I'm going to let you work with it.
Well, what'll I do?
Just walk over and say, Gracie, how's your brother?
Then what happens?
She talks for 2 years.
For that you get paid?
Just go over there and say, Gracie, how is your brother? And if you get stuck and you need help, just sing Nola. I'll be standing right here. It goes like this.
Well, don't worry, I won't need it.
Well, okay, go right over there.
Well, Gracie, how's your brother?
Which one do you mean, Willie or the other one?
The other one.
I haven't any other one.
Well, then Willie.
Oh, Willie. Oh, he's awfully cute. He's engaged to a gorilla. They're going to be married.
Gracie, he's engaged to a gorilla?
Uh-huh. She works in the lunchroom. She grills hamburgers and grills frankfurters and
I knew you'd send for me. Gracie, is Willie going to marry this girl?
Well, as soon as he gets over his nervous breakdown.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. How did it happen?
Well, Well, you know how it is. 16 hours a day on your feet, no food, no rest, just slaving away at that machine.
Willie works in a defense plant?
Oh, no. He plays pinball at the drugstore.
I'm here. Well, Gracie, all your brother Willie does is play pinball.
Well, he used to play the pipe organ at church until his legs gave out.
His legs gave out?
Yes, you see, he learned to play on a mouth organ, and in church he got awfully tired running back and forth blowing on those pipes.
Well, this one is on me. Gracie, Willie, that's the tall one, isn't it?
Oh, yes. The one who wears dark glasses when he goes to the movies and sticks his little finger out when he drinks a cup of tea.
Well, why does he stick his little finger out?
Well, can you think of a better place to hang the tea bag?
No, but why does he wear dark glasses when he goes to the movies?
Oh, just in case it's a Don Amici picture. The light from his teeth hurts Willie's eyes.
Oh, no, George, thanks. I've had enough. No. You keep your easy money, George. I'm going out and get an aspirin.
Oh. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to ask Gracie a question?
Thank you, George Burns and Gracie Allen. And now, a Paul Whiteman special, The Waltz To The Clouds. Folks, right now, millions of loyal Americans are proudly saying, I belong to the largest patriotic club in the world, the War Bond 10% Club. Yes, sir, I'm investing 10% of my entire income in United States war savings bonds and stamps. How about you? Are you doing your share to help our boys defeat the Nazis and Japs? Well, folks, you can answer that question quickly. If you're investing at least $1 out of every 10 that you earn in war bonds and stamps, you're a member of the War Bond 10% Club. If you're not, start right now and invest at least 10% of your income every week or every payday in war bonds and stamps. You'll be proud to display the Treasury 10% window sticker and wear the red, white, and blue club button that you can secure from your employer or state administrator.
Oh, Bill Goodwin is right. Remember, $1 out of every 10 for war bonds and stamps. Just think, out of every dollar we give, 49 cents goes to hit Hitler, 49 cents goes to slap the Japs.
What's the other 2 cents for?
Mussolini, he works very cheap.
I say.
The United States Treasury wishes to extend thanks to George Burns and Gracie Allen, Paul Whiteman and his orchestra, and Jimmy Cash, who gave their talents to this program. Also to the Hollywood Victory Committee for its cooperation, and to this station for the use of its facilities. This is Bill Goodwin speaking.
And that's the Treasury Star Parade with George Burns and Gracie Allen. And George and Gracie are in our movie Saturday Night in the Memory Club, the big broadcast from 1932, about 10 years before this particular broadcast. Got lots more ahead of us this morning, a quick trip downtown, and then we'll be back. This is Chuck Schaden. Stick around and don't touch that dial.
You are listening to WXFM Elmwood Park and Chicago, broadcasting from Sears Tower, WXFM Stereo 106. Time now is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. The Oak Park School District regrets to report that the Oak Park Teachers Association has voted to strike. They ask that you please keep your children at home during the strike, if at all possible. If you are unable to arrange for adequate adult supervision, child care centers will be open at each of the 10 schools. If parents wish their children to attend daycare centers, a note to this effect from all must accompany the child. WXFM will keep parents informed daily as to the opening of schools. Parents are requested to listen to the station from 7:30 a.m. each day during the work stoppage. Please check the letter sent to all parents for more details.
Miller Brothers Lumber Company is one of Chicago's most recommended lumber companies. And since 1928, Miller Brothers Lumber Company has been a constant source of supply to contractors, builders, and the general public in all items of lumber, millwork, insulation, wall paneling, roofing materials, and oak, maple, and fir flooring. It's a fact you're never disappointed at Miller Brothers, but there's more to their reputation because they stand for quality, reliability, and top service. And most important, they stand for economy with rock-bottom prices. So when you're in need of lumber products, be sure to visit Miller Brothers Lumber Yard and Warehouse at 4918 West Lawrence. That's 4918 West Lawrence Avenue. For prompt city and suburban delivery, phone Avenue 3 3460. Avenue 3 3460. Miller Brothers
has some shopping hints for you. Before you buy an appliance or TV set, compare all of the brands. General Electric, Frigidaire, Westinghouse, Maytag, Hotpoint, KitchenAid, Amana, Zenith, Whirlpool, RCA. And they all stand side by side at Polk's. Polk Brothers' experience indicates that brand names do not need extra service policies. Some off-brand retailers try to sell extra service policies merely to make an additional profit. Polk Brothers offers brand name factory service and factory warranties. Polk Brothers also recommends that fine furniture and mattresses should be delivered by professional personnel, not carried on roofs of cars or jammed into automobile trunks. Polk Brothers has offered free delivery for 41 years, and Polk Brothers challenges the so-called pickup stores who claim that they will save you money if you pick it up. Polk prices are lower than the pickup furniture stores, and Polk's delivers free. All Polk Brothers stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m., Sundays until 6 p.m. Plenty of free parking is available, too.
In stereo at 106 from high atop Sears Tower, this is WXFM, Elmwood Park, Chicago.
And here's to
to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jilly loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. The PTA, Mrs. Robinson, won't okay the way you do your thing. Ding, ding, ding. And you'll get yours, Mrs. Robinson, fooling with that young stuff like you do. Boo-hoo-hoo. Woo-woo-woo. Say, hey, hey, hey. Well, have you heard, Mrs. Robinson? Mine is fine as wine, and I should know. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray.
Okay, Frank. Sinatra there with Mrs. Robinson. Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. It's 12 minutes past 8 o'clock.
Wait till you see the bigger and better Player Piano Parlor on Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling. Well, you'll have to wait, because we're not officially open yet. But if you need anything or simply want a progress report, we're here to serve you. Call us at our new number, 541-5850. Right now, here's a smidgen of Player Piano music for your enjoyment. Piano Parlor, opening soon.
Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe to the window, by the window, that is where I come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Tiptoe from your pillow to the shadow of the willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips
Wonderful by Jonathan and Darlene Edwards, right? Tiptoe Through the Tulips, Jonathan and Darlene Edwards. Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet, WXFM 106 on your FM dial. Mostly sunny today and hot with a high around 90 degrees. It's 69 degrees already along the lakefront, 68 at Midway, 67 at O'Hare. Humidity is 54% and the wind out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour. We have a couple of good mysteries for you on our cassette tape of the month for the month of September. We have The House of Mystery and a fine story called A Gift from the Dead. And then we have Murder at Midnight and another good story, this one called The Island of the Dead. Two lively tapes on our cassette tape for September. They're yours for only $5 during this month from the hall closet, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. It's our cassette tape of the month, and you'll surely want to have this pair of exciting mysteries. The House of Mystery and Murder at Midnight. Only $5 from the hall closet, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. Or get your September tape at any office of Northwest Federal Savings. But by mail, send $5 to the hall closet, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. Now we got the granddaddy of the quiz shows. Well, maybe not the granddaddy, but certainly one of the most famous of the quiz shows. Started out as, it was called, and always was on radio, called Take It or Leave It. Later it was on television, it was called the $64,000 Question. And on radio, it was Phil Baker who was the host. Garry Moore became the host of the show in the late 1940s. And this is the program where the contestants built their winnings up to the grand sum of $64. From the 4th of July in 1948, Garry Moore stars in Take It or Leave It.
Eversharp presents Take It or Leave It, starring Garry Moore. Time to sharpen your wits with Eversharp. Presented by Eversharp, manufacturers of famous Eversharp precision writing instruments and Eversharp Schick Injector razors and blades. Take it or leave it, the most exciting game you ever played. The game that doubles in interest with every question asked. The game with the giant jackpot race. Well, friends, in keeping with the spirit of today's holiday, I'd like to present the star of our show, a young man whose head is shaped like a firecracker. It's round and long and has a little string on the top. And here he is, Garry Moore. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ken Niles, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to say that I hope you're all enjoying a safe and sane 4th, and if Phil Harris is listening in, I'm sure he's enjoying a strong and delightful 5th. He's doing his vacation a week, you know. The kid's probably lit up like a Roman candle. My gosh, I guess the 4th is a great day for all of us, Garry. That's right, Ken. This is the day we celebrate our heritage. Thomas Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton, and George Washington, the father of our country.
Father! Father! George Washington is not the father of our country. I'm the father of our country, do you hear? I'm the father. I'm the father of our country.
Oh, go on home, Bing. Such a fella. But friends, in Los Angeles, as in many towns, the sale or setting off of fireworks has been tabooed by the city. But just so that all of you here tonight will not pass the 4th without some sort of celebration, we have arranged for our own gigantic fireworks display right here on the stage. 10 miles of the fireworks set? Check. Is the powder dry? Check. Are the fuses open? Check. Then Cookie Fairchild, give us a fanfare and we'll set off our gigantic display. Oh, my God! Go off! Give me the cap. Cookie, take the fanfare again. I gotta put a cap in. We'll go off. so much for our celebration. Now let us get on with the business at hand, which happens to be take it or leave it. And by the way, friends, our jackpot for tonight is worth 10 times 64, or $640. Which brings us up to our first contestant, an enterprising-looking gentleman from Los Angeles, and his name is Mr. I.B. Abrams. Hi, Mr. Abrams. How are you?
How are you, Gary? I'm fine.
Nice to see you. What do your friends call you?
Oh, Ike.
Ike?
Ike. I've got another nickname, too.
Oh?
Inky.
Inky? Ike is better. It's a very hot name long about now, you know?
But with the first letter on the other name, it's okay, too.
That's right, sure. You're all set. Tell me, what do you do for a living, Ike?
I sell real estate.
Oh, here in Los Angeles?
Here in Los Angeles.
How's business?
Stinks.
Ask a direct question, you get a direct answer. Tell me, what did you receive as a gift tonight, Ike?
Well, I've got that Schick injector with blades. That's a Never Sharp Schick injector, pardon me.
That's all right. Never Sharp Schick, the world's only razor with automatic blade changer. It banishes forever your 4 biggest shaving nuisances. And now, Ike, what category do you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, let's try 15.
Number 15, all right. This is called Sports Menagerie. This is a group of general questions about animal terms in sports. For $1 in prize fighting, what is a rabbit punch?
Well, that's a punch that's struck on the back of the neck, I believe.
That's right. Right with every sharp for $1. All right, now do you want to go for 2?
Sure.
All right, Ike. What animal is the Navy's mascot?
That's the goat.
The goat is right with every sharp for $2. All right, now you want to go for 4.
Let's go.
For $4. In what sport do you find the Detroit Tigers?
The Detroit Tigers are in baseball.
That is right with every sharp for $4, too. Man, you're coming along, all right.
I need to go.
You need the dough. Business is rough, or like you said. You have... All right, you got $4. You want to go for 8, Ike?
Let's go.
All right, what university football team is called the Wolverines?
That's Michigan.
That is Michigan, is right. We had to bring that up.
Yeah.
We just don't let USC forget, do we? All right, you have $8. Do you want to go for 16, Ike? For 16, what baseball player was nicknamed Harry the Horse?
That was Danny.
Harry Danning is right with every shot. Well, you're hotter than a pistol tonight.
So are you.
I'll tell you one thing, we're both hotter than that pistol that we shot off in the beginning. We'll send that back to Sears Roebuck in the morning. $32. You want to go for 32?
Let's go.
What prize fighter was called the toy bulldog?
That was Mickey Walker.
That is certainly right. You're breezing through this. All right. You want to give up real estate and go in for this every week. All right, you have 32. Do you want to go for 64?
Let's go.
All right. This is a fine sports question. What are snake eyes?
Snake eyes. That's in shooting dice when the 1 point comes up on each die.
That's right. A pair of ones and dice is right for 64. That's a fine thing. A sports category, you got a crap question in there. These questions are written by a college girl. I don't know what kind of sports they had at the college where she went. Shooting dice. All right, this brings us up to our next... Oh, look. This is Miss Margaret Reinecker, bless her heart, from Baltimore, Maryland, my old hometown. How are you tonight?
Just fine, thank you.
What are you doing so far away from Baltimore?
On a vacation.
Oh, really? Having a good time, are you?
Very, very fine.
What do you do back there in Baltimore?
I'm a secretary. Shall I say for whom?
Whisper it to me first.
Procter & Gamble.
That's a fine whisper. Fortunately, it turned out fine. They're one of my sponsors on Breakfast in Hollywood, too, so I'm very happy that you mentioned it. All right. What category do you want to talk about, Miss Reinecker?
I think I'll take number 16, the theater.
Mm-hmm. All right.
before we start this category, is there any special relative you'd like us to notify in case you don't get through this thing? Or
No, she's right here.
She's here? All right, this is called the theater. Each of these plays should bring a great star to mind. I will name the play, you name the star. For $1, The Barretts of Wimpole Street.
Catherine Cornell.
Catherine Cornell is certainly right for $1. All right, now let's go for $2, shall we? All right, Berkeley Square. Oh, now you must remember that. Berkeley Square.
I saw it.
Well,
I
this...
also saw Catherine Cornell do that, I'm sure.
Well, now you might have. I don't not fully up on what Katie's been doing. But this is a man.
A man?
This is a man, yes. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us.
The Barretts of Wimpole Street?
Oh, you're going back to the $1 question. No, you see, as the game goes on, you get different questions each time.
What was the second question? I know. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
No, that's great. Look, if you could do the first question 7 times.
No. I'm confused. What am I doing now?
Berkeley Square.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Leslie Howard.
Leslie Howard, certainly for $2. All right, now you have $2. That's all right, Miss Ronick. We have all night anyhow. You want to go for $4?
Yes.
All right. The Guardsman.
John Barrymore. Oh, the lunch.
The lunch is certainly right with every count. Baltimore's doing well tonight. All right, now you have 4. You want to go for 8, Miss Ronick?
Sure.
For $8. Biography.
Anna Claire.
Anna Claire, it couldn't be right. Yeah. All right, now do you want to go for 16?
Sure.
All right, for $16, this one goes back a bit before your time, quite a bit. Lightning.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
wait a minute.
No coaching from the audience, please. I heard some wrong coaching, by the way.
I didn't hear any coaching. Yankee Doodle Dandy, isn't it?
No. No, it isn't George M. Cohan, if that's who you're thinking about. Oh, come on now. You're from Baltimore. I've got to pull your bacon out of the fire if I can. Miss Reinecker?
I don't believe I know.
Oh, you're going to be so chagrined when I tell you.
Am I really?
The answer is...
Chagrined is a hint?
No, chagrined isn't a hint. I'll tell you what was a hint. You let it go by you. I said I'd like to pull your bacon out of the fire. Who was it?
Somebody back there is trying to coach me.
I'm sorry, Miss Reinecker. The answer is Frank Bacon.
I never heard of him.
He's the happiest loser I've seen in a long time, you know? He's a good sport. I'll be back in a moment, friends, with another contestant, but first, here is important news for you men.
You know, the Eversharp Chick Injector Razor offers so many advantages, you might get the idea it's expensive to use. Mister, just the reverse is true. Listen, when you buy the big economy pack, you get 20 Eversharp Chick blades for only 75 cents. Tests prove that with these super sharp, super smooth blades, most men average 3 to 4 superb shaves per blade. Just about 1 penny a shave. No other blade can match that. Switch to Eversharp Chick tomorrow. You get better shaves at less cost. It's the world's only razor with automatic blade changer. No blades to unwrap. Fingers never touch the blade. You can't cut your fingers. There's nothing to take apart or put together. No twisting or turning. Just push-pull, click-click. Out goes the old blade. In goes the new. To clean, simply rinse, shake, and put away. Heavily gold-plated and handsomely packaged, it's a $1.75 value. Special now, only $1.25, complete with 20 blades. For the shave of your life, the rest of your life, push-pull, click-click. Change blades that quick. That's Eversharp Chick. Buy yours tomorrow.
Push, pull, click, click, change blades that quick. Remember that? Wah, 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 wah. Reminds me of the, remember the Blondie shows? Wah, wah, Bumstead, wah, 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 wah. Come into my office. Mr. Dither's doing that. This is Take It or Leave It quiz show from radio in 1948, from the 4th of July, Independence Day in 1948. Some comedy there talking about Ike. Ike was a candidate, a potential Republican candidate in 1948. This is Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. It's 29 minutes before 9 o'clock. You probably haven't had a chance to see the new Betamax video recording system by Sony. Why don't you pay a visit to Townhouse TV and Appliances for a complete demonstration of an exciting new way to watch television? And there's no obligation, of course. The new Betamax videotape recorder lets you watch one show while you're recording another, and with the Sony automatic timer, you can even record a favorite program or a special while you're away from your set. It's the all-new Betamax video recording system by Sony. Easy to operate. In fact, if you can operate an audio cassette recorder and an alarm clock, you won't have any trouble with the Sony Betamax. Visit Townhouse TV and Appliances at 7243 Touhy Avenue, just west of Harlem. The folks at Townhouse will be pleased to demonstrate the Sony Betamax recorder. A 10-minute film, a pre-recorded cassette that is, will show you all of the advantages, and positively no hard sell will come from any Townhouse representative. We just want you to take a look at this exciting new way to watch and save television. See it at Townhouse. Open Monday, Thursday, and Friday nights till 9, Saturday until 5. Is your bank open when you're busy and closed when you're not? Northwest Federal Savings knows that a good place to save is ready for you when you're ready. So, Northwest Federal is open 63 hours a week. If you work evenings, you can come to Northwest Federal 6 full days. If you're working days, well, then Northwest Federal's open Monday, Thursday, and Friday evenings. And if the only time you can get to Northwest Federal is 8 o'clock in the morning, that's okay too, because Northwest Federal has early bird service every morning from 8 o'clock. You'll find 5 convenient Northwest Federal Savings Centers throughout Chicagoland's great Northwest Territory. Come into Northwest Federal Savings on your way to, from, or between work, shopping, or home. Come anytime, because Northwest Federal Savings keeps the best hours yours.
It's Northwest Federal Savings Time, 63 hours a week.
Now let's get back to Take It or Leave It.
This is Garry Moore again, I'm afraid, friends, with lots more Take It or Leave It. It's time now for our third contestant, who, as usual, is not in our studio, but is standing by our remote control microphone out at some veterans hospital. Tonight, the hospital is Wadsworth General in Sawtell, California, and the boy we'll hear from is former Private First Class Robert Densmore of the United States Army. So here we go across the miles to Sawtell and Robert Densmore. Hello, Bob. How are you?
Just fine, Gary.
You hear all that applause? That's for you, man. People want you to win, apparently.
So do I.
I figured as much. Tell us something about yourself, Bob. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. You married?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. Got any kids?
Mm-hmm. Little girl, 10 months.
Oh, good. Where's your wife tonight?
She's in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Now, boy, I hope is she listening to anything?
I sure hope so.
All right, we better get down to work now. This is the way we work it. You get $64 to start off with. You get to keep that no matter what happens. And from there on in, you have the same chance as our studio contestants. If you lose, you lose. And if you complete the category, you get an additional $64. Is that all right, Bob?
That's sure fine.
Okay, fine. Now, what category do you want to kick around?
I think I'll take number 1, orchestras.
Number 1, orchestras. All right. This is called Who Was That Lady? A lady's name is mentioned in each of these song titles. We'll have them played for you by Cookie Fairchild and the band. Let's see how many you know for $1.
Sweet Sue.
Sweet Sue is right with every shot for $1. Okay, you now have $1. Do you want to dash madly and recklessly into the $2 question?
Oh, I think so.
All right, for $2, Cookie. Eversharp for $2. Oh, that was so jazzy, Cookie. Really? You keep playing that well, and I think it's just possible I can get you a spot as a contestant on the Horace Heights show. You doing great. The whole band. All right. For $2, now do you want to go for 4, Bob?
Sure do.
Here we go.
Lily Bolero.
Lily Bolero, certainly right for $4. You were mighty silent there for a while. Scared me a little bit.
All I could think of was LaRue, LaRue.
That could be your first name. I don't know. I'll say, you want to go for $8?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Mandy is certainly right for $8, yes. Oh, yeah. Say, what are you going to do with this $64 if you win it, Bob?
Oh, I think I'll spend it on my home.
You do what?
Spend it on my home.
Uh-huh. That's good. $64, you know, you could make a down payment on a pork chop or something.
That's about it.
That's no kidding the way things are going. Okay, you got $8. Do you want to go for 16?
Yes.
All right, here we go, Cookie. Liza is right with Eversharp for $16. By the way, do you know that song was first introduced by Jimmy Durante, of all people, in the Ziegfeld show called Showgirl? I didn't know that myself till the other day. He introduced it. The opening night, he sang that song through his nose, and it wasn't heard until 4 days later. You're listening in, Schnoz. Take care of yourself. You got 16. You want to go for 32, Bob?
Yes, I do.
All right, here we go. Delilah is right with Eversharp for $32. Oh, boy. All right. Now you got 32. Now you want to go for 64. Say yes.
Yes.
All right. Cookie? Margie is certainly right. You got $64. Oh, that's fine, Bob. Thanks, Robert Densmore. You were a fine guest. And just to show our appreciation, the Eversharp people would like to contribute another $64 to the recreational fund of your hospital. And that brings us up to our next contestant, who is Mrs. Mary Edelstein of New York City.
You.
Nice to talk to you, too. Say, just a minute. Bob, are you still on the line, Bob?
Sure am.
Listen, where's this home that you're building?
Down in Alhambra.
In Alhambra, near here, huh?
Yes, it is.
Well, that's good. Are you in the process of building it?
No, we've already bought it, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Uh-huh. Hattie, let's make a note. Send another $64 from Eversharp to you as a house present, okay, Bob?
Thank you very much.
Right home.
Thank you so.
Man's got to have a housewarming. Now, Mrs. Edelstein, how are you again?
Fine, thank you.
Awfully nice to see you. And you are from where?
New York City.
Uh-huh. What are you doing out here?
On a visit, vacation.
I see. What am I doing with my earphones on? You're right across from me here. I was wondering why she sounded so far away. Are you all set to play Take It or Leave It tonight?
Yes, sir.
May I ask you what you received as a gift? She's holding it up.
Pencil.
A what? That's a Kimberly Pocket pen by Eversharp. That's right. It's the most convenient pen I know, as a matter of fact. It's a little larger than a cigarette, yet it opens to a full-size pen with full ink supply. Now, Mrs. Edelstein, what do you want to talk about?
House furnishings.
House furnishings. All right, fine. This is called Household Furnishings Double Talk. Each of these definitions should fit an object ordinarily found in every home. For instance, if I said, what comes down at the end of a play, you would say, curtain. That's right. Too bad that wasn't for anything, you know? Oh, we can't, look, Here's 50 cents. That was just a sample, but here, you got it right.
Thank you.
That's all right. I didn't want you to waste all that effort. All right, for $1, where Madam Chang is first lady.
China.
China is certainly right. Whatever shop for $1. You had a new set of china in your home recently?
No, sir.
Eh?
Would like to have one.
I'm afraid you got the wrong quiz program. No kidding, it's fantastic. You know, the stuff they give away on some of these shows now. I was listening to a radio show the other day. They not only gave away a free rat extermination service, they gave you a 5-year supply of rats. Awfully nice thing. Well, maybe for $64 you can get yourself some china. You have $1. Do you want to go for 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. A sudden rainstorm. A sudden rainstorm reminds you of what that's in a house?
Close the windows.
Yeah. But this has to be an object, or something that's in the house. You know, like china or, what is a sudden rainstorm?
Corn?
That's probably not clear, and I can't sing it.
Umbrellas?
No, but this has to mean the same thing. You see, a sudden rainstorm, it has to be something that means that, and yet it's something that's in a house. Water? A shower is what I've got, but there's water in a shower for $2 yet. No sense us fighting that. It was bigger than both of us. Miss Edelstein, move in a little closer, will you, honey? All right, you have $2 now. Do you want to go for 4?
Yes, sir.
All right, for $4. A pigeon. What do you think, audience? Now, wait a minute. Now, it's up to you, Miss Edelstein. You want to go, huh?
Yes, sir.
She says yes. All right. Now, a pigeon that informs the police. A pigeon... Oh, audience. A pigeon that informs the police. This is kind of gangster talk. It's too late now. She's committed. Oh, you must know what they call a pigeon, a fellow who tells on his...
stool pigeon.
Stool pigeon. You don't know enough gangsters. That's the trouble. All right, you got 4 clams. You want to go for 8, hey? That's tough talk, you know. All right, you want to go for 8?
Yes.
What is the group that advises the president? The group that advises the president. Oh, now you know that.
I know.
Fibber McGee has one, only he doesn't. Well, that's a wrong clue. Forget I ever said it. That's a closet. That isn't right. What? That's right. You got it. You got it. Now, you said it to me. You said the first syllable in there. The group that advises the president. What else?
It isn't the counselors. It's the, what do you call it?
No. Mrs. Edelstein, time is fleeting.
The cabinet.
The cabinet. All right, you got 8. Do you want to go for 16, Miss Edelstein? Now, look, you can do whatever you want. Now, you can go. You have 8. You can go for 6.
That's enough.
You want to take the 8 and sit down?
That's right.
Listen, she knows what you want to do. Thank you, Mrs. Edelstein.
She took the $8 and went home. And how smart she was to do that, too. Take it or leave it with Garry Moore back in 1948. Lots of fun there on a really first-rate quiz show from the good old days. It wasn't so much the money, it was more just the fun and the game of it. And that's important, too. Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. The Metro Golden Memory Shop at 5120 West Irving Park Road in Chicago is waiting to serve you with a generous helping of memories from and about the good old days of yesteryear. You'll find the complete selection of big band, personality, and soundtrack recordings, as well as those great old-time radio shows on cassettes and on LP records. We offer books and magazines about the stars and the days gone by, plus nostalgic jigsaw puzzles, games, cards, gifts, and novelties. An amazing selection of memorabilia, giant one-sheet movie posters, theater lobby cards, photos, magazines, Riverview, theater and railroad scenes, and lots more. At Metro Golden Memories, 5120 West Irving Park Road, just east of Laramie. Come in and browse. Our shop is open Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday till 8, and on Sunday from 1 to 5. Come in and see all the goodies at Metro Golden Memories, 5120 West Irving Park Road, 2.5 blocks west of Northwest Federal, just across the street from Nelson Hirschberg Ford. Metro Golden Memories, the MGM shop. Now let's get back to the final moments of Take It or Leave It.
Now we're bringing up to our next contestant, who is Mr. Philip Ballard of Los Angeles. Hello, Mr. Ballard, how are you?
Just fine, thank you.
We've got to hurry along here tonight. What category do you want to talk about? Number 11, huh? All right. This is called President's Nicknames. I'll give you the nickname, and you tell me the president. For $1. Jeez, it's so tough for a first question. Oh, well. What president was nicknamed Honest Abe?
Thank you.
Abraham Lincoln is right for $1. All right, now you want to go for 2?
Why, I'll try.
All right. What president was nicknamed Old Hickory?
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson is certainly right. Okay, now you have 2. You want to try for 4?
I'll try.
That's the spirit. After all, Rockefeller didn't stop after he found a couple of oil wells, did he?
No.
And Ford didn't stop after he made a couple of cars, and Bob's Topping didn't stop after Arlene Judge. You got to keep going. All right, for $4. What president was nicknamed Tippecanoe? He was named Tippecanoe. He had 3 names. Well, most of them did, but I mean, he's known by this. What president was nicknamed Tippecanoe? Oh, dear.
I'm stuck on that already.
Would you want to take a guess? Out of all the presidents?
Oh, I heard that.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Well, it was wrong. I heard it too.
Wrong.
No, that was wrong. I'll tell you this, it is not Robert Tyler. You think of the expression Tippecanoe and Tyler too, but that's not it. See, therein lies the danger of this thing.
Oh, was he an old-timer, wasn't he, way back?
He's a pretty old boy.
He's old. Way back there, huh?
He'd be pretty creepy if he were around today.
Well, I'll take a chance. John Adams?
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Ballard. The answer is William Henry Harrison. Stick around for the jackpot. Thanks. Sure, he knew. Well, that brings us up to the ever-sharp jackpot question. Tonight, our jackpot is worth 10 times 64, or $640. And all of our contestants are going to race for it. The first one with the right answer gets the whole amount, and if nobody wins, our jackpot is automatically doubled to 20 times 64, which will make next week's jackpot worth $1,280. I'll be back in a jiffy with the jackpot question? Question? But first, a word to you men.
Mister, are you a blade jockey? Do you keep jumping from one makeup razor blade to another, always looking for a better shave? If so, don't you think that perhaps you have the wrong idea? No, switching blades isn't the answer. Switch to a different razor, a modern razor, the Eversharp Schick Injector, the world's only razor with automatic blade changer. Eversharp Schick banishes forever your 4 biggest shaving nuisances.
1, fingers never touch the blade. No blades to unwrap, so you can't cut your fingers.
2,
nothing to take apart, put together, twist, or turn. To clean, simply rinse, shake, put away.
3,
less irritation. Eversharp Schick ensures smoother, cleaner, safer shaves. Makes shaving easy, even under nose and around lips.
4,
no time wasted. Just push-pull, click-click. Out goes the old blade, in goes the new.
Heavily gold-plated and handsomely packaged, it's a $1.75 value. Special now, only $1.25, complete with 20 blades. Buy yours tomorrow. And remember, for the shave of your life, the rest of your life, push-pull, click-click. Change blades that quick. That's Eversharp Chic.
Thank you very much, Ken. Mr. Fairchild, may I compliment you on that musical effect, that bloop, bloop, bleep, bleep. It sounds like the mating call of a curdled kumquat. Awfully good. Anyhow, this is Garry Moore again, friends, with our Eversharp jackpot question, which tonight is worth 10 times 64, or $640. Remember, this is strictly a race. Every contestant has an equal chance. If a regular contestant here on our stage gets the answer first, you will hear a bell. And if Robert Densmore gets the answer first, you will hear a whistle from the hospital. So get out your Eversharps, get ready. Here is the $640 jackpot question. In what year was Joan of Arc burned at the stake? Sorry, nobody won, and so the jackpot is automatically doubled to 20 times 64, making next week's jackpot $1,280. The jackpot question was, in what year was Joan of Arc burned at the stake? And the answer is 1431. Awfully sorry. Well, I guess we've had it for tonight, friends, but before closing shop, I would like to remind you that automatic saving is sure saving. Buy U.S. savings bonds regularly where you work, or if you're not on a payroll, where you bank. Until next Sunday, then, this would be Garry Moore saying bye-bye, buy bonds, and buy Eversharp. This is Ken Nye saying goodbye for Eversharp.
Mister, don't run out. Remember to stock up tomorrow with extra Eversharp Chic Injector blades. Super sharp, super smooth, made of super steel. The new improved Eversharp Chic Injector blades give far more shaves per blade. You save money, and they leave your face feeling clean and refreshed. Buy your Eversharp Chic Injector blades. Buy 2 injectors tomorrow. 10 blades for 50 cents, 20 for only 75 cents. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Take it or leave it from July 4th, 1948. Garry Moore there, and contestants. We were answering some of the questions as we went along there. Just off on that Joan of Arc question. I thought for sure it was 1433, and it turned out to be 1431. So I blew that $640 there. Chuck Schaden here in the hall closet on WXFM 106 on your FM dial. It's 7 minutes before 9 o'clock. This is a good time for you to subscribe to our Nostalgia newsletter and radio guide. A 1-year subscription is only $6. Our annual rate is going to be going up very soon, so why don't you subscribe now at the old rate and get in on all the good reading and good information that you'll find in our Nostalgia guide. It contains 32 pages of articles and photographs from and about the days that are not forgotten, as well as the complete schedule of old-time radio shows that we broadcast throughout the week on a number of Chicagoland stations. You can subscribe now by phone if you'll call us here at 545-2260. That's 545-2260. Just give us your name and address. Your subscription will begin with our big September issue with George Burns and Gracie Allen on the cover, and we'll include an invoice for your 1-year subscription. Still $6, but going up soon. So call now at 545-2260. Reprint articles by Al Jolson about Fred Allen and about the Hollywood stars during the war. Original articles, too, about the Coon Sanders Nighthawks, Laurel and Hardy, and Jan Savitt. We have our Dime Store classified ad page and news of our Saturday Night Memory Club get-togethers. Subscribe right now to our Nostalgia newsletter and radio guide. It's the biggest little package of memories that you'll find anywhere. A year's subscription, only $6. Call us at 545-2260, 545-2260, or send $6 to Nostalgia Newsletter, Box 421, Morton Grove, 60053. Or give us a buzz, 545-2260. Wednesday, September 8th, 1976. I remember very well Saturday, September 8th, 1956. That's when Ellen Friesen became Ellen Schaden. And today, my wife and I celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary. On the air, what else could we do but to present this?
Danced on the night we were wed. We vowed our true love, though a word wasn't said. The world was in bloom. There were stars in the skies, except for the few that were there in your eyes. Dear, as I held you close in my arms, angels were singing a hymn to your charms, two hearts gently beating, murmuring low, darling, I love you so. The night seemed to fade into blossoming dawn. The sun shone anew, but the dance lingered on. Could we but recall that sweet moment sublime, we'd find that our love is unaltered by time. Dawn, the sun shone anew, but the dance lingered on. Could we but recall that sweet moment sublime, we'd find that our love is unaltered by time.
That's Al Jolson. This is Chuck Schaden, and happy anniversary to Ellen. If you've ever thought about leasing a car, you probably know all the reasons for thinking about leasing. Now, from Imperial Leasing in Des Plaines, have a reason for going out to lease your next car. Along with the new car, a 1977 Buick Electra, for example, leased for $175 a month, you'll get at no extra cost an AM and FM stereo radio and cassette player, plus our cassette tape of the month. Just think, each month a good old radio show to go along with your brand new Electra from Imperial Leasing. You'll also get a bill each month from Imperial, and along with that goes along with the tape. But think about this. How often do you get a bill and a gift on the first of the month? Well, not often. Imperial Leasing thinks you should get, along with old-fashioned leasing prices and service, a big thank you each month. And that's why Imperial, at 900 East Rand Road in Des Plaines, has come up with their Cassette Tape of the Month leasing program. Give them a call at 298-0011. Imperial Leasing. Give them a buzz, 298-0011. Ask for the Tape of the Month leasing plan. Well, the old clock on the wall says it's time to go for now. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same station, with more sounds of entertainment from the hall closet. This is Chuck Schaden. We're a little late, folks, and thanks for listening.
Here's an important message for all Xerox and IBM copy machine users. If you're presently using a Xerox or IBM copier, you may be paying too much for your copies. Why not find out about the new Canon copier before you sign on the dotted line? Consider these facts. Canon copiers can copy on plain paper. Canon will make two-sided copies. Canon can copy originals as large as 18 inches by 24 inches or as small as 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inches, all on the same size paper. Canon can copy up to 30 originals per minute. Most important, Canon can make each perfect copy for as low as 1 penny apiece. No machine will copy all that. For information on the amazing Canon copier, call 345-4100 for Ambassador Office Equipment, your exclusive dealer of Canon copiers in the Chicagoland area, offering a complete line of Canon calculators and microfilm products, too. Call 345-4100 for complete information and a demonstration. 345-4100.
This is WXFM Elmwood Park and Chicago, broadcasting from Sears Tower at 106 on FM.
Well, me and the country fritters are mighty happy, mighty proud to do it.
Thank you, Billy Joe. Sir, we were afraid you would be too big to do it.
Hey, we're all just folks, so give us a lowdown and we'll give you a song.
Oh, you guys are okay. Well, first off, the Rockwell calculator is made by, Rockwell.
That's so. What else?
And, of course, Rockwell's a solid and reliable company.
G7's the minor chord. What else?
Oh, can we get into many calculator models and prices?
Why not? Of course, it handled the opening, and then we swing into
And we should definitely mention our Rockwell Model 64RD. It's the advanced slide rule with a scientific notation.
Man, we do that thing where I play my thumb. Go on.
And this Rockwell calculator can do logarithmic functions and trigonometry, of course.
Oh, is that right? Lou, you better get some zither for them things.
And we do have the extra large green number display and those tiny little rubber feet that prevent creeping and sliding on...
I got it. Here we go. You can't go wrong with Rockwell. They're really such a treat. They've got big green numbers and little rubber feet. That'll be $56,000. Next.
Now it's time to go out to Oak Park and Cliff Johnson.
Thank you very much, Ron Ray. Well, as you know, the blaring headlines that hit TV all over Chicagoland, and I guess people in Downers Grove, and by now Markham has probably settled theirs, but Evanston now also has been going through the growing pains of getting school back. I guess probably John McClellan sitting here with me in my studio. This is Cliff Johnson, Oak Park, Illinois. And as far as history is concerned, I think, John McClellan, this is the first time that the school hasn't opened on time in Oak Park.
Well, that's correct. We came very close 2 years ago, 1974.
Right.
The Oak Park Teachers Association went right up to the day before school without a contract, and then decided to begin school without a contract that first day. The negotiations broke down after school had started, and we had a 3-day strike before school got going again in 74.
Okay.
We came very close last year, but school started on schedule, and of course today it is not starting on schedule.
That's John McClellan, editor of the Oakleys with me, Pioneer Press Time Life publication. And on our tie line standing by now is Superintendent of Schools in Oak Park, the elementary schools, is Mr. Martin McCullough. Superintendent, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Well, here we are. What's happening?
Well, we have our schools open this morning on a daycare program. We also have pickets at all of our schools from the OPTA, the Oak Park Teacher Association.
Mm-hmm.
As far as activities this morning, of course, earlier it was very quiet, and just the only difference was there were no kids there, and the teachers were outside instead of in.
Do you have any indication yet how many students are coming in for the daycare service?
No, John, we really do not. Our projections would be anywhere from 3% up to maybe 10 or 15% of the kids. Of course, it's going to vary from section to section in the village because of the number of working, parents and things of this sort.
And we understand that you're encouraging families where both parents work or for some other reason the child will not be supervised at home to send them to school with a note explaining that fact. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How about those families where someone will be home?
Where someone's home, we are asking the children to stay at home. The purpose of the child care program is to provide a service to parents, whose commitments are such that they cannot supervise the children at home. For parents who are at home, we're asking them to bear with us through this and just in effect delay the opening of school.
In other words, this is a bad day for the schools to play babysitter.
Yes, but the weather's nice. The kids will be on the playground a good portion of the time, I'm sure.
I would say, Superintendent McCullough, that this is your first year under baptismal fire. You really walked into it.
Well, that's correct. I was remarking, though, to someone earlier this morning that for school administrators, it's getting more and more difficult for one reason or another to open our schools.
I know.
I think this is true here. You've mentioned other places, and I can assure you it's true throughout the nation.
I must tell you that while my friend John McClellan was sitting up on his daddy's farm in Canada somewhere, I was going through the laborious 3 or 4 days of the countdown, and I had great nostalgic retrospect, Superintendent, of my days back coming from a family of 4 or 5 teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And the chronology of being a community leader and not getting paid too well up to the point where we sit today without injecting editorial comment, there's a whole new complex situation, isn't there?
It certainly is. It certainly is.
Now we have to, we've sensitized the whole community to our problem. Is it fair for me to ask the question now, will the public totally be aware, so we have to go back to the well for more money? Is it going to help?
Obviously the crux of our problems, the crux of the problems and the feelings that our teachers have is money. There's absolutely no question about that. There are other things. Please don't misunderstand that. But money is the big problem. It's the major one, and we have identified it, and we'll continue to identify